Welcome back, and please welcome to the stage Figrin D'an and the Modal Nodes. That's right, this group here is coming to us courtesy of the Vintage Collection. This is Hasbro's super articulated, screen accurate line of figures. This is actually a troop builder pack that retails for about $100 after tax here in the US, and it is exclusive only to Hasbro Pulse. You can see here that these figures are wrapped in little tissue paper accessories, part again of the plastic-free packaging. Now for this set, you're going to get 7 figures, all part of the Modal Nodes. Let's go ahead and get our first one out of his little baggie here. And this figure meets the Vintage Collection expectation of being super articulated, and the legs and the arms and the knees and the swivels and the hinges and the whole shebang. It has very little paint deco on the body. He's got some different textures of paint on the face and on the hands to give him that kind of Bith alien look that we're used to seeing. Now, when he's compared to the rest of the group in here, as you will see, this figure is really no different. You are buying 7 identical figures. Hasbro in the past has done this multiple times. It's actually the 4th time, I believe, that we are getting a Cantina band. And only once, and it was in the 12-inch line, and that's not included in the count of 4, that would be the 5th set, did they actually give them individual decos. So let's go ahead and unwrap the rest of these guys. As you can see here, they are all identical in every way, shape, and form. Now, not only did they wrap up the figures, but they also wrapped up the accessories. And this is when it gets tricky, trying to figure out the names and the names of the accessories. All right, first up, it looks like we got a band fill. This is like a little bagpipe type instrument that goes up over the neck, which that strap is for. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Next up, it looks like it is the, ironically, this is called the drum. There is no fancy Star Wars name for this just yet. I'm sure someone will write it in some role play or novel or something, but right now it's called the drum. Nice that it's molded to a stand to give that kind of realistic look. This here is the Omnibox, and it's actually got foot pedestals and a stool, and this is a very, very actually cool diorama-esque accessory that comes with this set. And then in the last bag we have lots of little pieces, including like the drumsticks for the drum. There they are. These are the smallest pieces that come in this particular set. Then we have, what do we have? We have the, there it is, the clue horn. This is what the lead of the band, Figrin, plays. It's got a couple types of deco on it. Most of these instruments do, which is a nice little touch. And it comes with 2 of them because there are 2 Modal Nodes that play it. Now this here is either the fanfare or the double Jocelyn. I never can keep track of what this guy is called. And then finally, I believe our last instrument is the Dorian Beshknell. I think that's what that guy's called. Now, the cool thing about these instruments that are played by the tiny mouths in the Bith is that they all fit perfectly into their little mouths. So they go pretty well. And you can see all 7 are set up here, ready to entertain the masses of Chalem's Cantina. Posed here in the similar fashion that they were on the package. I'll be honest, it took me some time to get these guys into place. They didn't want to stand as well as I want them to. The elbow joints are a little stiff, so be careful. No one came anywhere near breaking. but they don't pose with super ease, I should say. You know, when you have the swivel thighs and the rocker joints in the ankles, it makes it difficult to get these guys in kind of a natural and standable position, get them steady on their feet. But once you do, if you put in the time, they look pretty darn great. I was a little hesitant on this set when it was officially announced, but I have to say it looks darn nice. Now, if you were one of the individuals that picked up the carded version that came out last year, and it came with just 3 of the instruments and not all 7 or so in this multi-pack, well, guess what? This is going to be redundant for you then, because this is the exact same figure, the exact same instruments. I can't really find any differences whatsoever. And so, yeah, if you have the carded versions, well, you have half this band already. Now, as I like to do, I like to share my thoughts on them, but then I also like to compare. And so, as I mentioned before, there are 4 previous versions. Let's go back to the very first one that came out. And this here is the Cantina band member that came out. It was very generically named, and it came with 5 instruments. And this came out during the Power of the Force 2 line. This was a mail-away. And what you got here is a little baggie full of the 5 different figures. Now, it only came, the Cantina band member was only 1 figure with 5 instruments. So let's see if we can do this here. Well, I'll try to name them here in a second, but you can see that's the old school band posed in front of the most newest rendition of this line. The previous versions came out with the 30th anniversary collection, came in a 10 set, and then Disney offered them with music bases. I have those packed away right now, but there you can see Figrin D'an and was it Liren Karn playing the clue horn. And then Tech Moore on the Omnibox. You got Nalan Chill on the band fill. Back there we have Sunil Eddy on the drums. On the fanfare you have Tedin DeHay. And finally on the Dorian Beshkanel you have Doik Knots. And be honest, that was the hardest part of this entire video, was trying to get their names. But Battle of the Bands is, of course, expected once you got these guys faced off against each other. I'll have to dig out the other 2 sets I have somewhere hidden away. But overall, again, I was a little cool on this set when it was announced, but my goodness gracious. Once you get past the posing issues, this is a darn fine set and a superior upgrade to any version that has come before. And if you're on the fence about this, I would say jump, because this is a great set, and you know, someday we'll get an updated Cantina, and these guys will look amazing. Well, thanks so much for watching, and after these messages, we'll be back with more.